Hello! Welcome back to another educational English video. I am your new dad, and your mother and I, we're very proud of you. You guys have been asking for it for a while. So today, we're going to take a look back at something we did before, and we're going to continue on with it. We are going to look at English memes and see how they can improve our English. I want to give a special thanks to some very awesome Discord members. We have Amir, Acorde, I'm Ryan, and Captain Joel for sharing their great memes in the Discord group chat. If you feel like you know some great memes and you want to contribute to the next video, by all means join the Discord and leave them there. Stop in, say hello, and leave your memes in the meme section. There's a link in the comment section down below.
Baby, 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 oh, baby, 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 baby.
Before we jump into today's video, let me quickly say that I am giving away $25 in Amazon or iTunes gift cards at the end of the month. And it's very simple to win. All you need to do is hit that subscribe button and ring the little bell for notifications. Then, smash the like button on this video. And lastly, leave me a comment in the comment section down below. It's really that easy, and I hope you win. Feel free to support the channel over on Patreon. There are 3 levels of membership, and they all come with really awesome exclusive goodies for you. For example, you can get access to live streams that are private to only my Patreon supporters. We have Zoom Hangout meetings where we all hang out and talk to each other in person via the interweb. And also you get your name as a producer. So if you want to be a producer of my channel, and you also get access to a chat that really dictates what's going on this channel, like what direction we're taking. Become a patron and you have more of a say in what happens here on this channel. And I think it's a really good opportunity for all of us to kind of get together. Now, let's learn some English. So before we go ahead and take a look at some memes, let's quickly review what a meme is. We talked about it last week, but a meme is, in a sense, a social critique. It's the way that we look at the world, and usually through a humor or through a funny sense. Most often, and the memes that we're going to look at are pictures with words above or below or inside, and they say a lot about society. Now, I think that we could improve our English skills by looking at some memes and just talking about what it is that those memes represent and what they mean, and from what social aspect they get delivered to us by. So let's just jump right in and take a look at some. Our first meme, getting Facebook invites to events in Oklahoma. Nah, man, I'm pretty effing far from okay. So that's a clip from the movie Pulp Fiction, a super awesome movie if you haven't seen it. Totally check that out. Quentin Tarantino, one of his greatest films. But okay is the abbreviation for Oklahoma. So it's funny because nobody lives in Oklahoma. Who would even want to go to Oklahoma? Even that's a flyover state. We don't stop there. We don't look there. There's nothing interesting going on there unless you like dirt. So yeah, I like that. That's a good one. Your brain automatically translates WTF but not LOL. That's actually really true. You know, when I see WTF, I'm thinking in my head the swear words, but I'm not actually just saying WTF, right? When I read WTF, it actually spells out as what the, But when I see LOL, it's just LOL. Like, LOL has its own word, but it's not a spoken word. You'll never hear someone say LOL, right? You only see it. That's fascinating. I never thought about that before. Me. I'm single because God has someone special for me. God. And it's the mouse from Tom and Jerry being tricky. So that's really funny. I really like that a lot because, it's like, oh no, there's really nothing special for you. 12-year-old me, you must be 18 or older to view this content. And that little plus, by the way, just means or older. So you have to be older than 18 to view this content. Year born 1348. I would be lying if I didn't do crazy things like that when I was younger, when I was probably 12 or 13 years old. It was 12-year-old me, not 13-year-old me. But when I was little, I would do that all the time. And it's so funny because it's true. I mean, I don't even think that on the computers they do go back to 1348. But I would make my year like I was born in 1900. Can you imagine that? Like, at the time I was 12, that's like 2000, mid 2000s. Can you imagine somebody who's like 100 years old using the internet back in 2002? That's insane. My grandparents, who are all very quite old, don't even use computers. That's just like this concept to them that they were like, nah, I have no interest in that. Weird. Teacher, ask me 100 times. I will explain till you understand. Me, sir, I don't understand how to solve. And the teacher's getting out his angry teeth. That's so true. As a teacher, I would never scream or go nuts on my children because of that, or my students. And just so you guys know, my actual day-to-day students are elementary school. But I would never scream at them or go nuts on them, no. But I would get annoyed sometimes where it's like, really, you don't get this? Like we'll be doing division, or we'll be doing greater than, less than, and they just won't get it, and they won't get it, and they won't get it, and you're like, okay, I don't know how many times I could explain this. And really, when the teacher's getting frustrated with you not getting it, they're not really angry with you. They're getting frustrated with themselves because you have your set way of teaching something, and you go through teaching it, and if somebody doesn't understand, you only have so many ideas on how to teach it. So you're not getting mad at the kids, you're getting mad at yourself, because you're like, I don't know how else to explain this, and it's my job to make sure that you know. So I do find some similarity in this, but also not too much. Me and the boys at the start of our acid trip. Me and the boys at the end of our acid trip. So, don't do drugs, but that's really funny. That's really, really funny. Don't do drugs. It's not cool, man. But acid is LSD, and it's very illegal anywhere in the world. So you will get in trouble if you get caught doing that. So, be smart. Don't do it. But it's funny, because they, at the end, the beginning, they're all excited. At the end, they're having like Vietnam flashbacks, because I've never done it myself, but I do understand it to be a very cathartic drug, meaning you go through a lot of internal experiences. That's funny. So even if we're cousins, we can still get married. I have no idea what Japanese anime that's from, but then you have Tom from Tom and Jerry, like, with the southern flag behind him. So it's actually, that's really hilarious, because that southern flag, represents the South in America, and for better terms, hillbillies in America. And whenever I was a kid and I would make jokes like this, like about hillbillies and like hillbillies getting married to each other, which isn't as common as you would think. It's not like something that's actually accepted in the South. But anyways, my grandpa would get so angry because he was from the South. And so he would get really, really mad whenever we would make any kind of hillbilly jokes or any kind of jokes about people from the South and things like this. This is great. Me watching anime with subs. Wow. Once again, you have Tom from Tom and Jerry, and his eyes are totally cockeyed. I totally relate to this. So I don't watch a lot of anime. And the anime shows I do watch, like Space Dandy or Cowboy Bebop or Samurai Champloo, those shows are created by a Japanese artist and writer who also speaks fluent English. So it's better just to watch the dub version, to be honest. And even the voice actors get a little more leeway, and they get to kind of turn those roles into their own. So it's not like the carbon copy, a lot of anime shows that just have terrible voiceovers. But I did watch that movie Parasite that came out this year, and it was amazing. Absolutely beautiful film. And I watch a lot of other, foreign film, or if I watch Miyazaki films, I watch them with subtitles. But the big thing is it's so true. Your eyes, you're trying to pay attention to what's happening on the screen, but you get lost because you're also trying to read the words. So that's really funny. I relate to this. If you relate to this, let me know in the comment section down below. You probably actually get this with just English in general, watching American movies or TV shows. Girls taking photos, and they all look so great while they do it. Boys taking photos. It's so true. All of my selfies are so rancid, wretched. They're not handsome. I don't take good selfies, and I don't even really take selfies to begin with. But the few that I do have just look goofy. So that's funny. I relate to that. If you relate to that, let me know in the comment section down below. Me and the boys in a video chat. I mean, this one's basically the same as the last meme. It's just we all look goofy on the webcam, or we look goofy taking pictures of ourselves. When you don't understand meme, it's time to check the comments. It's time to check comments. So that's funny. I do that all the time. I'll see a comment, I'll see something on Reddit, and I just totally won't understand what the heck they're talking about, and I'll just go back to the comment section and try to figure out what am I missing here, because I don't get it. When everyone uploading their dancing, singing, cooking videos on social media during quarantine, who doesn't have any talent? Oh, I relate to this. This is me. This is totally me. I was getting all of these cool things from everybody that I know and love, and I was just like, I can't give you anything back. I don't have any special skills. People that were drawing awesome pictures, I can't draw. People that were making really creative things, I can't do any of that, right? I'm a video maker and a teacher, and I write books, and I write short fiction. But, I don't have anything special to do. I wrote a couple letters, but I had no, cool dancing or cool workout video. When your friend runs into someone they know and you just stand there, awkward AF. And we know what AF means. That's another one like WTF. I know exactly what that means, and it translates automatically. It just reads it. That's great. That relates to me too. I'll be out with my friends, and then somebody will walk by that they know, and they'll be talking, and then you're just kind of standing there Especially, I live in such a cosmopolitan city too, where people people don't necessarily, there's so many people that live where I live that people don't necessarily want to meet new people. So they'll see somebody they know, and they'll talk to them, and it's just whoever else is there. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just oh, hi, I'm Sean. Nice to meet you. Oh, yeah, it's great to meet you, too. All right. Well. And then they turn back to your friend, and they continue on with the conversation with your friend, and you're just kind of sitting there drinking your beer, waiting for them to leave. If you do that, make sure to include your friend in a conversation. I think that's very important. When that happens, just be oh, hey, by the way, this is my friend. Hey, you guys do this together, or, find something that they have in common, so you can make the conversation go 3 ways instead of just 2 ways with your friend on the awkward standing there. Me at 3 a.m. trying to figure out what's wrong with me. Dude, that's been the last 2 nights of my life. I'm not even kidding. I'm not being remotely sarcastic here. The last 2 nights of my life, I've just been awake at 3 a.m. thinking about everything and anything under the sun, just my mind racing a million miles an hour. I'm thinking the crazy thoughts oh, my dad was 30 when he had me. My grandpa was 30 when he had him. I'm almost 30. In one of my lifetimes, I'm going to be my grandpa. So it's just terrifying, right? And I don't think that stuff throughout the day. I think about that only at night when I should be sleeping. So I get this one. What do you think about at 3 a.m.? That's what I want to know. What is going through your scary brain at 3 a.m. when you can't fall asleep? Let me know in the comment section, please. When they finally say it's safe to go outside. So this right here was my reality just like a week and a half ago, or no, gosh, like a month and a half ago, because I live in China, right? I live in Shanghai. And we opened up much before. We opened up when everybody else was shutting down. So think about how scary and terrifying it was, with all of the information out there, all of the news from Western media to local Chinese media, everything just went from being like you can't do anything to now everything is open. And it was kind of scary. The first time going out was like, I still wore my gloves. I wore my mask. I don't know if any of you guys saw my coronavirus update from February. I'll put that in the description. But yeah, dude, that was terrifying, man. That was so terrifying. So I totally relate to this one. Me during quarantine. On one side, you have be productive because you won't get this much free time ever again. Sleep and slack because you won't get this much free time ever again. Now, that's totally true. You have these two very one-sided things. I actually got very productive during that. I think February was the month where I really got into my groove with this channel and made this. That's when I got to, I think, like 2,000 subscribers, or no, I got to 1,000 subscribers. So that was huge. I spent a lot of time kind of researching things and reading. I did a lot of reading. I read so many books. As you see, I've got all these books over here. I didn't read all of these in February, but I read a lot of books in February and had a lot of fun reading. So I'm more on the productive side. I always push for productivity because otherwise you kind of feel like you wasted time. And we can talk the philosophy behind wasted time, and if you go in the Zoom, because that I have a lot of ideas when it comes to escapism and time wasting and what we're really doing when we're wasting time. Let's go on. My body, my choice, Trump 2020, and dumb ways to die. So this is actually called a smoothie post. I love smoothie posts. They're definitely my favorite, one of my favorite types of memes, but this one's really good. Because you do have these people that are like, oh, I'm not wearing my mask, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing what I want to do. And like, you're going to get sick. There's no point. Like, why? Like, here's the thing. To all the people that are itching to get out of quarantine, I get it. Quarantine sucks, and you want to get back and reopen the economy and everyone wants to get their lives back to normal. But the problem is, we've already done this much work. Right? We've already isolated ourselves so much, and we've tried so hard to isolate the virus. If we have another outbreak, all of this work was for naught, and we're going to have to do it again anyways. So you might as well, like one thing my dad used to tell me all the time growing up, and shoot me in the head if I've said this in any other videos, but I do talk about my dad a lot. He's a wise man. But he would say, do things right the first time, and you don't have to do them again. If you do it right the first time, you don't have to do it again. Quarantine, do it right the first time. Stop being an insane person. Let's move on. I don't want to get political because I know everybody has different opinions. When you lose your train of thought mid-sentence, this is, I like that. And that's so true. Like, I'll be talking to somebody, especially if I've been drinking, right, with my friends, and we'll be talking, and I'll go, yeah, but, and you can't think about what's coming out next. There's, like, that line in The Office, and I'll just clip that right now.
Sometimes I'll start a sentence, and I don't even know where it's going. I just hope I find it along the way. Like an improv conversation. Improvisation.
Blew my stimulus check on strippers and coke. I like this one a lot too. So you've got coke and strippers, and the actual drink coke and the tool strippers. So this tool is called a wire stripper. You use that to strip the wire of its casing, and so you can connect wires. And than Diet Coke. So Coke is another term for drugs, a certain type of drugs, and we also call that booger sugar. Bad stuff, very bad stuff, destroys people's lives. And I think maybe some of my South American viewers know exactly what drug that is. But then you have the strippers. So a stripper in America, we call strippers are dancers. They're the women who dance for money. Men go and women too give them money, and then they take off their clothes. That's called stripping. So he blew his stimulus check on strippers and coke, and the stimulus check, just so you guys know, is the $1,200 that the U.S. government gave to all the Americans who paid taxes to help them through this troubled time. So that's really funny. That's it for memes, by the way. If you guys like the memes, make sure that you let me know in the comment section if you want to see more content like this. And now for some affirmation.
Oh, baby, 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 baby.
Okay, now for some much deserved affirmation. I just wanted to quickly say how proud of you that I am. You're taking the time out of your day to improve on something, right? You're improving on your English. You're getting better. And that really says a lot about you as a person. And because you're doing this, I just want you to know that I love you the way that you are, and I'm so proud of you. You're an amazing student, and if you keep at it, pretty soon I'm going to have to subscribe to your English channel to learn English myself. Well, that's it for today's video. I just wanted to quickly say thank you so much for sticking around all the way to the end. The number of you guys sticking here till the end is getting bigger, and you have no idea how much that helps me out with the YouTube algorithms. As you know, this channel has been growing very fast, and it's only because of people like you staying here till the end. The more people like you do that, the more YouTube wants to show my content to more people. And thank you so much, because none of this would happen without great people like you. Lastly, if you haven't done it yet, you might as well just like, comment, subscribe for your chance to win $25 at the end of the month. And no pressure, check out Patreon. The link's down in the description. There's really a lot that you can get out of that. And I think that's where I could really help your English on a day-to-day level, or a more like in-person level. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.